example of what we could buy with, let's say, 124,000. So this, the market shifting again. If we looked at pre-construction, sorry, I know we're running. If we're looking at pre-construction, how much are pre-construction prices, Sam?
Sam's not going to
Ed?
1,200 square feet.
1,200 square foot.
$1,500.
Oh, sorry, $1,500 a square foot.
And
we're seeing prices come out on pre-construction projects that are $1,500 a square foot right now. Just to give you an idea, Artworks, the one we showed you first, was about $850, like $900 a square foot. Just to give you an idea. Resale condos in the King West, nice areas, are about $1,000 a square foot. So these developers just pushing the envelope, trying to get greedy.
Yeah, they're just trying to test new highs right now.
They're testing new highs, and it's really hard to just say, go, blanket statement, go buy pre-construction. In any one particular project, it may make sense, and we'll help you identify those ones. But generally speaking, across the board, we're seeing astronomical pricing for pre-construction. Don't just go jump in blindly, because it may not be looking attractive right now. It's funny, because just 4 months ago, it was attractive, and then 4 months later, I'm not so sure anymore.
So project specific, like even 4 months ago, there was a project going for $1,000 a square feet. Well, at the same time, there's another one selling for $2,000 a square feet. Doesn't it's developed a position every year.
You have to be looking at it project by project, and as Ming always says, like we basically scrub, like we look at all these projects, we see what's available, what we have access to, what people are buying, and we can identify which ones make sense. Like 95%
of them, 98% of them don't make sense. Most investments suck, right?
So anyway, segue into this, as the market shifting again, what we see as a potential opportunity for this year are going to be assignments, buying assignments. Why? So traditionally in Toronto core, there's about 15,000 units come online every year. There's been so much building going on that they're expecting 25,000 to come online this year. So a lot more units than we're used to, which means we're going to have a bunch of people, a bunch of people who planned to, let's say, get out before they had to close or assign. So there may be opportunities. So for example, we have a client that's doing this right now. He bought 4 years ago, and he's like, I don't want to close on this unit, so help me out. I'm like, okay, cool. What are you expecting? And he's expecting 545. This is Queen Spadina. It's a Tridel building. We know the area. We think we can get $2,600 in rent. We think at the price he wants, we can get to break even cash flow.
There are people who can't close on these properties. Remember, it was a different environment 4 years ago. Mortgage qualification was a hell of a lot easier 4 years ago. So people were buying under that assumption. Now they're coming into these properties, they're like, crap, I can't qualify for a mortgage anymore. They have to unload them. Right? So we're expecting to see some of that happen.
Yeah, is it list on MLS?
No. Assignment, you can't. You don't actually own it. It's just a contract.
So it has to be privately.
That's why networks are so important. When you're assigning, it's really about your agent network at that point.
And so, obviously, with the investors that we have, that we work with, we are expecting a lot of assignments this year.
Doesn't mean people don't try to put them on MLS and then get in trouble, but they're not supposed to.
But we think Volition is going to become a marketplace this year for assignments. So we think that we can help you even on the buyer end, because the seller needs to get out, can't close. There's a lot of upside that the seller would have realized had they closed. So you close, right? And because now you have a physical unit, you can mortgage that unit, you can see the unit, you can tenant that unit. There's value to that, right? I know what I'm getting. So there's a premium associated with that. So prices normally go up after they close. Typically they dip because there's a glutton of units that people close and then they try to unload to a whole bunch that are selling at the same time. Same with tenants, and same with leasing it out. There's a whole bunch of units that come online right when the condo closes. So rents are artificially depressed for a short period. Then after about 6 months, we get back to normal. If you can hold to that period, you'd see that upside. But some of these sellers who bought years ago don't have that capability. You need to get out. They're happy, they bought this for in the threes, so they're happy. They made 150 grand or whatever, right? They walk away, and all they had to do is sign a piece of paper, write a few checks, and they're done, right? They didn't have all the headache. They see the upside, and the value for you as the person who's buying the assignment is that you can now get a good deal, right? At least a price point that can cash flow, which is very difficult for condos. Resell condos. 20% down, you're expecting negative cash flow. You need at least 25% for it to be kind of neutral cash flow.
You had a question in the back?
Yeah, I was just talking about assignments. Like now, a lot of builders are no longer free assignments, right? A lot of builders.
It's in your contracts. It depends on your contracts.
The fees are usually going to go over $50,000. But because when I started, I was doing a lot of wholesaling. That's one of the things that a lot of people that are working with are doing, is just buying pre-construction and assigning it before closing. And they work you said, about 150. I've never seen that kind of money made. But that's just maybe because of the people.
What market do you work in?
It was here in Toronto, but I don't know if they were just trying to focus on. I wasn't wholesaling pre-construction, but they were just like $10,000-$15,000.
When you see those margins, it's usually because people are buying them and then wholesaling them out and making it a $10,000 margin, right? It's not, they're buying, they would be looking for a person who is hopefully, like if market price for this was, $560, they get it, then they take a margin and then they pass along to someone else. It's a business model. That's the reason they're only making $10,000 lift. It's not the people who purchased the contract from the builder purchased this in the threes.
Back then they purchased for like 500 a foot, 600 a foot.
Yeah.
That's
You can take this on for 800,000, but it's worth 1,000 a foot upon closing.
Yeah.
This was Adam's strategy. Adam did about this.
That's my most profitable strategy.
That's one cent. Cool. Let's
Yeah, let's go.